welcome back to the podcast. The second time we've tried to do this today, because I had a heart attack in the last one.
Yeah.
No, I did feel like one was coming on. There was big stresses going on, and we just fucking turned it off and ordered the Chinese. One of the big stresses was Judd kept asking me to order Chinese takeout, and so we had to do that to get rid of that stress.
I probably came 2 hours too early to it, if I'm being honest. You were still technically at work, weren't you? And I was like, it's podcast time now.
Yeah, so. Well, you said you might be here at one time, and you were an hour earlier than that as well, and that we're already early.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're back. Time for episode 220.
I don't know, 26?
228.
228.
228.
Okay,
So there was a clue right on the screen.
I'm not paying attention to that shit.
We've got stress beers as well. Cheers! Hey.
Oh, yeah.
No one knows. That would have, smashed and gone everywhere after that. But there you go. So, a lot less stressed going into this one now. I've had one bottle of beer and a few bits of mediocre Chinese food. I was banned on Apex Legends subreddit. That's what I was trying to get round to.
This is what caused him to have a heart attack.
So, if you're not into any of this sort of thing, we'll be talking about other stuff later, but if you've listened to this podcast before, you'll know that I have been involved with Apex. I've played Apex Legends for a long time. I've kept up with the competitive scene for a while. As I was saying to Judd last week, in the latest season of this first-person shooter battle royale, they added solos mode. You could say they re-added it. It's not the first time they've added it, but they've implemented differently, better, to be honest. Now that I don't have to deal with shitty teammates, all my stats shot up, and it actually proved to me that they were the problem all along. Now, as I was telling Judd last time before we had the heart attack,
you had the heart attack. I'm perfectly healthy.
There's a new problem, which is cheaters.
Mm.
Like I was saying last time, again, I used to encounter cheaters in high ranked modes fairly often, but not enough for me to be that bothered. Because most of the time they were in mode ranks even higher than mine. So I was Diamond and Masters is basically the last one above that. There is Apex Predator, but don't worry about that. So it's basically just in the last rank that they were mostly there, and I was just below that, so I didn't really encounter them that much. Now, even in normal modes, it's every 2 or 3 games. There's a blatant, at least one, by the way. Often there's more than one in the same lobby. Blatant cheaters. It ends up being hacker versus hacker at the end. In a lot of games. So it's absolutely abysmal at the minute, and everyone knows and has been saying it's the same kind of thing. Everyone's encountered it. So I made a post in the subreddit, right? You know, Reddit, the place where it's a forum to discuss things about a certain topic. So I go on the Apex Legends subreddit because I want to discuss that topic.
Yeah.
And I was trying to gauge whether long-term players felt the same, that this is the peak amount of cheaters that we've ever seen. Surely it's the most. And whether they thought it could be anything to do with the shift, because they changed the anti-cheat for this season, but not the provider, a different... It's like if you have a Ford car, it's like the difference between a Fiesta and a Hilux, you know, or a difference between a Fiesta and a Mondeo or something like that. It's just a different model of anti-cheat. So I posted that, and it immediately got taken down. And I was thinking, for fuck's sake. I was already, quite pissed off with just... 1, stress it in the same way that I've been stressed and pissed off today. 2, the fact that I've tried to go and try and have fun on this game and it's absolutely ruined now after it was fixed. And then 3, I didn't even get a chance. So, quite pettily, I must admit, I immediately wrote another post, basically completely flaming the mods on the Apex Legends subreddit for just removing posts about cheating. Because it's bullshit. It's just tailoring what information's on there. It's you know, it's curating speech, basically. And some of the people on there were obviously I was attacked for it, and people were defending the mods and that. And I even hesitated before pressing the post, to be honest, because I knew that'd be the response. But I just thought, fuck it, I don't even care. Come at me. I'm not even bothered. So people did, and it was like they were saying stuff like, well, we don't want the timeline to be full of posts about cheaters. I was like, well, fix the cheater problem then. Surely that's like, why are you getting mad at me for this? Why is this my fault that this subreddit's going to be full of cheaters? The reason it's going to be full of cheaters is because there's so many fucking cheaters. Sort that out. And it's just, the reason why I get so mad about it is it's just... people think that I'm overreacting to things that are smaller problems, and they are. But the problem I have is I can't help but see the proper core issue of things, the actual problem. So, like, people might think I'm that mad about my post being taken down on Reddit. And I shouldn't be that mad at, well, that's the small thing. But that's not what I'm mad at. The thing that I'm mad at is people blame the wrong people and don't look at the real problem that is causing issues. So I'm getting punished for the fact that EA is too cheap and can't fund a decent anti-cheat on their goddamn game. And that's my fault for some reason, and I'm the one who has to take the stick for it. They can still earn millions and millions, and no pressure has to be put on them with loads of posts on their subreddit or anything like that. Fucking insane. And the whole reason why this pisses me off is because it works. People should be held accountable for shit that they do. Do you know why it works? Prime example from one of your favourite games. Do you know what's in the news, gaming news, about one of your favourite games? Democracy's fixed it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, you're talking about
Helldivers 2. Forcing people to have a PlayStation account even though they're on PC. I thought that was standard because I had to do that anyway before this uproar happened.
I don't think I did. I don't know if I had to do it. I never ended up connecting a PSN account to it because I don't think I have a PSN account.
I just found it weird because I swear I had to do it before this uproar came about. But anyway, what happened was, everyone fucking spoke out about it. They all review bombed the game, and then they went, okay, well, not.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, still kind of still not.
So, but the point is, you gotta be loud about stuff to make it work. And if mods are just being like, oh, we've already got plenty of posts about cheating, let's have other posts as well. No, that's the only thing people want to talk about, obviously.
Yeah.
So let it be the only thing anyone's talking about. Yeah. And if people are unhappy with that, pressure the people who are actually at fault to fix that shit. Do you know what pissed me off extra about that? As soon as I saw, like, my post had been removed and had been banned, I hit, like, out of habit, I hit the home screen button and it took me to my feed. Posts about cheaters straight away that had been posted after mine.
Yeah.
What a bunch of shit it all is. So I got a permaban, but then they changed it to a 7-day ban, which might have even been cleared by now. I can't remember when this happened. Because they actually looked through my posts and saw that I was, like, trying to be very nice and reasonable most of the time. But it's just, it sent me into something that happens semi-regularly where I just uninstall, like, all of social media, basically. I just do that for, like, a month or two, and then I'll download it again until it pisses me off enough, and then I'll just get rid of it. So that's what's happened with that. It's just... You got any thoughts on that, or is it just as fucked as I think it is?
I think you just, to calm down, I think you should just roll up a big old spliff and smoke it on down, is what I think.
I'm going with beer instead.
See, beer just makes people angrier, though.
I was a bit drunk when I did the post.
Yeah, so... The thing is, if you're stoned, you literally do not have the physical strength to type that much, so...
I don't know, I might have deleted the stuff, but I don't know if there's any, there might be some remnants of people actually accidentally agreeing with me. Because some, like this. Oh, wait, is it... Okay, there's some more people, blah, blah, blah. So someone said on the post, having lots of posts about cheaters... Wait, do you want to read this in the Reddit voice?
devil's advocate. Having a lot of posts about cheaters is not really constructive. Look, another cheater. Now what kind of discussion will come from it? It indicates the size of the problem, sure, but you don't need all those different posts. Possibly not the right place in this sub. Edit, keep in mind that it is literally in the rules. If the post provides constructive discussion, then it'll stay up. Just calling out players won't really be kept on here.
So, a lot of problems with this. I wasn't just calling out players. I'm not just gone, oh, I've found this guy who's cheating, look. That's not what I'd said at all. I told you what the post was about. And anyway, so I said, whether it's in the rules or not doesn't make it okay. Because to say, like, don't post about cheaters too much, that's a bad rule. Like, you know, I don't give a shit if it's in the rules. So, talking about problems is constructive, and I would like to do that. I can't, though, because as stated, auto-blocked from talking about it. That's if it's constructive or not. So then they're like, well, that's fair, of course. It's like, well, come on! But there's always other platforms you can voice your opinions. Oh, I'm sorry for trying to discuss something on the platform about discussing things. Is that not the right place? Where else am I supposed to fucking talk about it? This is a community space, yes, run by other community members. Yeah, and those community members are doing a shit job at blocking stuff for people to talk about.
Sorry, I just want to talk about one of the Reddits that Jake is subscribed to right now. It's r/Apex University, but because of the way that it's typed, being like r/Apex University, it just looks like Rape X University.
Well, all the Apex ones, don't they? Anyway. Oh god, and then someone like complaining about like losing your shit over being auto-removed. As I've explained, that's not the crux of why I'm losing my shit. The crux of why I'm losing my shit is I get auto-removed rather than holding people accountable for who's actually fucking shit up. And that's maddening that happens all the time, and people actually encourage that. It's crazy. You know, especially in Britain, we've got such a stupid, shitty attitude to never being confrontational and never getting worked up or passionate about something. It's always, just leave it. Or like, you know, if you're on phone to like fucking customer services and they're being a bastard to you. Like, Jasmine, my girlfriend's always like, oh, you know, you just got to be nice to them. Why'd you have to be so, like, cross? I'm fucking cross at the cunt. Like, they've been a knobhead to me. It's crazy. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's probably enough on that. I also try. You know, there's the attitude to try not to give us like keep on a certain topic and give it like so much energy. But it's not just one subject that's taking all the energy. It's all the like ridiculous reasoning that there's loads of like different things you could point to that has resulted in that. But anyway.
Oh,
Honk.
what?
Have you been watching Doctor Who?
No, I'm not. I've not been watching Doctor Who since the end of Peter Capaldi. What's up? What's up with Doctor Who? What's up with him?
I watched the latest episode of Doctor Who. Is the worst episode of Doctor Who I've ever seen. Ever. Yeah.
Now it is because I know of 2 episodes, and one episode is with goblins, and the other one is with space babies. So is it the goblins or is it the space babies, Jake?
It's the next one after that.
Oh, it's the one. Okay, I didn't even know.
The goblins. I didn't mind it. It was quite good. There was a weird musical number in it.
I know. I'm aware of the musical number. I don't know. I think I'd be quite up for a goblin musical if I'm. But that's me. Awful. That's me specifically. I don't.
Yeah. And we grew up on Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Textbook goblin musical.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, the goblin musical in that, because it was kind of like a Christmas episode, and I don't know. It was jarring, and after it was like, okay, but it didn't. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't hate it. It didn't massively, because the episode wasn't hugely serious. Yeah. I mean, kind of, if you deep it was about goblins stealing a baby, but like, you know, done in a bit of a whimsical way. So anyway, this latest one, the Space Babies one, was kind of fun in a weird way as well. Yeah. No weird musical on that one. But this latest one, well, I don't even remember what it was called. It's the worst episode I've ever seen. So I just wanted to highlight some of the worst Doctor Who episodes. Vast majority of them are Jodie Whittaker episodes. The Timeless Children, you didn't see that one, did you?
No.
It completely kind of changes Doctor Who lore.
Yeah.
It changes who the Doctor is. As in, like,
good.
Time Lord-wise and things like that.
Okay.
Do you know what? I kind of didn't like the episode. I didn't like them doing that too much. There was a weird kind of bit where the Doctor was this black lady, and it was like, what was going on there?
Yeah, I saw that.
And like, I don't necessarily, she could be a black lady. That could be fine. I don't mind. I didn't really like the actress who was playing the Doctor. She was kind of like, she didn't fit it well.
Yeah.
She didn't do a good job of it. But it was just like, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like what was going on with her being the Doctor as well. Orphan 55, what's this one? Let me just look at this one again.
This one,
having
I
decided
feel like...
that everyone could do with a holiday, Graham accidentally teleports himself to a luxury resort. This wasn't that bad. It wasn't good, but it was like just a normal Doctor Who episode, really. Do you remember Kill the Moon? That's a Peter Capaldi one.
No, I don't remember Kill the Moon.
It's in Peter Capaldi's first season.
I definitely watched it then.
It was the one where he's with Clara and they discover that the moon, well, they're in the future, they discover the moon is a giant egg of a beast.
Okay.
And it's basically like, do they kill the beast and save the world, or do they let the beast hatch and shrapnel might destroy the Earth like the dinosaurs?
Surely destroying the egg, though, would fuck up the Earth anyway because of, like, the poles, like the oceanic poles.
No, they just kill the beast in the egg.
Oh, so they just give it like a quick abortion zap. Well, surely that's the answer then. Yeah, do that one.
But basically, the whole kind of
fry the bitch.
The whole kind of like emotional dilemma was he was like, "I'm not doing it. It's your planet. You have to decide." And he kind of left Clara there with some humans to deal with that.
I don't think specifically Clara should fucking have that. I don't think she's got a jurisdiction on it.
Well, that was part of it. It was like, who better to deal with it? Clara, this, general space lady, and a little girl.
Okay,
you know what the Doctor's like.
Yeah,
he considers that.
He's a smart guy. I'll leave him to it. That's what he's doing.
And then it kind of started that bit of like a fallout between Peter Capaldi and Clara. You know how like the relationship started off rocky because she wanted Matt Smith, and he was like a grumpy old man and didn't like that she saw him differently, and it kind of, I really didn't mind it that much because it helped with that kind of whole dealio. I didn't like Peter Capaldi being like just almost a one-dimension grumpy cunt for the first season, but because he kind of, it got better. They could have handled it better, as in they could have had it be character development, but instead they just kind of made him less like that next season. He could have character developed out of being grumpy that people saw him as such an old man rather than a young runabout now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one wasn't too bad. The Witchfinders one, you didn't watch any Jodie Whittaker ones,
Wait,
did you?
no, I did watch this one.
So this one was kind of shit. But again, it was just kind of like it felt a lot like what would be a David Tennant episode, but just not done quite as well.
Yeah.
But still not awful. Praxius, I forget what that was. There was the whole saga towards end of Jodie Whittaker with those fucking like crystal-looking bastards.
Yeah,
they were all weird as fuck. But there's. And I think there's a fair amount of those that could be around as bad as the one that I'm going to tell you about soon. But there's a key bit of it that makes this one worse.
Okay.
I'll just mention another bad one from Jodie Whittaker that I remember being bad.
Demons of the Punjab.
Yeah,
I watched
shit.
this one.
Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, I do. But I gotta be honest with you because I'm interested like in that era, like like World War I, World War II, and like the sort of division of land and stuff. I found that interesting, But I found that interesting because of all the actual historical shit that I didn't know about. I wasn't interested in any of the Doctor Who.
Well, there weren't much historical stuff going on with it.
Well, it weren't.
It was only
just
a small family's kind of dilemma to do with it, and even then, it kind of just distracted away from that, and it was utterly pointless.
Yeah,
it was
shit
such a
episode.
slap in the face because literally. What happened in it would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
It made the us watching that and the tale that unfolded made no fucking difference. Like them time traveling back there and being involved did nothing. Nothing. If they didn't turn up there, the exact fucking same thing would have happened. So that's such a fuck you to the people that's taken their time out to watch it. All it is these aliens. They discover these aliens. They think they're doing some bad boy stuff. They're not. It just turns out they're just essentially there for beings that die when no other beings are present. So essentially, if you die with no other beings to see you die, they will just look at you. So it's like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
So anyone who was going to die in it just does, and that's it.
Yeah.
What a fucking pointless story. So I'm surprised. I can't.
That was hilarious. That episode.
The Rosa Parks.
The Rosa
one, that
Parks
wasn't good
was
either.
so fucking funny.
But at least that had some sort of story and point.
The time traveling racist who was fucking went back in time to kill Rosa Parks.
I know, but
Jake, that way, black people would never have the same rights as white people, Jake. If he shoots Rosa Parks, Jake,
because he's a racist time traveler. That one, he's the bad guy.
Fuck me. Why aren't they just... If he can get his, like, hands on a time-travelling device...
I know.
Because it was just a dude, right? It was just, like, some racist
He was an escaped prisoner. Yeah,
it was...
like...
So, he should... If anything, he should be one of the last people to be able to get his hands on that sort of technology. What do you just think that if that was so easily accessible, this would be such a much more common occurrence for the Doctor?
Yeah, should be.
Like... Every episode should be him dealing with some weirdo who's just managed to travel back in time somehow. I'm gonna shoot Rosa Parks so they can't. Black people don't get the same fucking rights. Oh my god. No.
I know, but that's not the worst episode, Judd. Where is it? Because it doesn't show up on IMDb. There it is. The Devil's Court.
Devil's Court.
The episode is called. Right. So, now, it's not a bad... by the way, 7.1 for the Rosa Parks episode on IMDb. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not a bad kind of... I was kind of excited for it, because they went back to the 60s. I thought, that could be cool, you know? Some 60s dressing, things like that. It opens with... this guy who is... There's this music teacher teaching this kid piano in something like the 1930s or something like that. And he's playing along, trying to teach this kid. This kid's not that interested. The kid's like, is there not anything more interesting I could learn to play? He's like, we're in a church. You'll think this is a bit naughty. This is called The Devil's Chord. It's a tritone.
Okay, yeah, it's one of those that goes
starts
like...
playing.
Yeah,
it sounds a bit...
Yeah.
It sounds a bit nasty, but if you go blue, 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 it can sound good.
Because you do the plinky, don't you? Do a bit of the plinky plonk on it, yeah.
Yeah, so then this drag queen jumps out of the piano and steals the music.
Okay.
There you go. That's the episode.
Right.
I don't know what the fucking opening thing of this, right? Made it seem like it suggested that because he'd done that in a church, that would not be the first time anyone would have done that in a church. By the way, it summoned the devil, right?
The devil,
and this this kid that he was teaching was called Henry Arbinger. Harbinger. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that shit.
So it was suggested that what happened. Then they travel back to the 60s, but they travel back to a 60s that's got like they want to visit the Beatles and see him in the studio, right? So this is where it lands flat again. In the they see the Beatles.
John, there's a drag queen trying to get it.
That would have been better. They see the Beatles in the studio, right? They're about to start playing and record a song, and they start playing, and they're not playing a Beatles song.
Okay.
They're playing this song that says, it goes like, I have a dog and it's a really nice dog and it's got a friend who's a cat and a pig and I like the dog and it meets my neighbour, and it's like something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not good, but it doesn't really sound far off something the Beatles would write.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, I was just like, that could be a Beatles song.
Yeah,
I didn't even realise. Just like, that could be the Beatles.
Yeah.
But then there's another scene straight after where it's like, oh, Cilla Black's also, recording in the studio and they were going to watch her. And she just sings some shite. But it's not awful either. But it's so badly done, as in her voice is so auto-tuned for the singer that they got to be Cilla Black. And I was literally turning to Jasmine like, they're going to react to that, right? As in, they're going to be like, what? Why is she auto-tuned? Like, history's all out of order, auto-tune's here. No. It was just bad production. Why didn't they just have her sing badly?
Yeah.
Like, that's... Because the whole thing that you're meant to latch onto here, which they did badly, is that music's, like, gone. Like, good music's gone.
Okay.
Right? So, for starters, I didn't even recognise, because it was just like what the Beatles would make anyway.
Yeah.
And also, if good music's gone, why couldn't she have sung badly? Why did they tune it?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Just don't make any fucking sense. Like,
There's no direction that makes sense. If they were surprised at the tuning because in world it was tuned, that still wouldn't make sense because good music's not meant to exist. So why is it tuned anyway? Why not bad music? It's just dumb. And also, it's like the suggestion. So basically, this drag queen has stolen music, right?
Okay.
And that's not what it seemed like at all after the first scene. What it came across as, it was like an Ursula, is that the name of it? Situation where she'd stolen that guy's music.
Yeah.
No, she stole it.
All music. So she took this one sheet, and this is translated to all the music in the entire world has gone. Because this one kid has gone a plink plink on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why then?
Yeah.
Then I'm trying to do things in order and give it all justice. They're talking to like John Lennon and Paul McCartney in this cafeteria.
I can't believe the music's gone. Says one of them.
One of them's like, Paul McCartney's like, sometimes I think I can hear good music, mate. Or whatever. And no, do that. Do his voice. I can't do the voice.
Oh, sometimes I can't do it now. I can't.
I'll try my best anyway. And then he starts singing a little song.
Yeah.
And then gets really pissed off at the doctor for like making him do that. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And everyone in canteen's like, and really pissed off at him singing this nice little song. So instead of that, they take a piano to the roof.
Okay.
I don't know why they do that. Thinking about that now,
they did. Is that like a reference to when they're on top of the Apple Music Studio or whatever the fuck it was?
Maybe it's Abbey Road Studios that they're on here. I don't know if that's same. I don't think it is the same place. Actually, I think it was Apple.
I'm just thinking,
anyway.
is that a reference to
maybe?
When they were
I don't care. So apparently this companion can play piano really well.
Okay.
I think that might have been seen in a different episode. I don't remember it though.
Okay.
So he basically, doctor's like, play some music.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens. Why are people not doing music anymore? Fair enough. So this pissed me off. She says, "Oh, I'm gonna play this piece that I wrote for my friend when she was sad about this girl that had broken up with her."
Okay.
And I'm sure she'd already referenced another lesbian couple before this as well, so it's like... But anyway, who cares? then I thought she was gonna play like, you know, like just like a piano ballad, you know, like that, like an Ed Sheeran thing, something like that. No, she starts going ding 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 ding, playing like a fucking classical tune or something. I'm like, as soon as she started playing, I went, no, you fucking didn't. You, a 20-year-old in 2024, did not write this classical tune for your best mate because she was sad about her breakup. Fuck off. Like, the only other clip we've seen of her playing piano, she was playing a keyboard in a nightclub. Like, what are you on about?
Nice.
Like, what the fuck? And it was just because they wanted it to kind of fit the mood.
Yeah.
Now, another thing, they literally contradict themselves within 5 minutes. Someone starts singing a bit of nice music in a cafeteria, everyone's like, what the fuck? She starts playing piano on roof. All these people have got the windows up and they're like, like they're like dancing and they like it. Like, what? Do they just not like Paul McCartney? Is that what it is?
That's it. Yeah, they're just like, Paul, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. So yeah, and so the drag queen jumps out of the piano.
Yeah.
So immediately we've got another flaw, because obviously this being can time travel.
Okay.
Right? They were in 40s, they've jumped out of piano here, not aged or anything, they can obviously time travel. So why steal the music from that guy then?
I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know what to tell you.
Why any of this?
I don't know what to tell you.
Because this being obviously already had all this power basically anyway. Like, so and then stole music, but already had the power for all this music. Anyway, so obviously, rather than go, oh, what? Being like, you can imagine, you can picture old David Tennant, Doctor Who, being like, wow, who are you then jumping out of this piano or something like that? Not this one, he fucking runs off.
He runs away.
Yeah.
He's scared.
Immediately. Immediately runs off.
Oh, great.
Some bollocks happens. Uses sonic screwdriver to make everything silent. That doesn't do anything.
How does that work?
It's not even a sonic screwdriver. It looks like a Sonic Sky remote.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It looks ass.
It's terrible. And so they do that, and then what happened? I can't remember. Then one of the old ladies who was listening to the piano tune being made. So while they're hiding from this terrifying being, we don't even know if it's terrifying.
Because what's she actually done?
Nothing. She jumped out of a piano. So they're hiding from this being.
Yeah.
Apparently, he recognises this thing.
This creature, yeah.
Shouldn't, because it's never been in Doctor Who before.
No.
So it runs away, hides, too scary. Then this old lady decides to do a bit of piano because she was inspired.
Yeah.
So the maestro is what the one's called. Kills the old lady instead.
That's a big leap. That's a big jump.
Well, probably killed the guy that she took the music from.
Okay. All right.
So this character has such a fucking stupid power. This is what the character looks like, by the way. I'm showing you now. I'm trying to find this. So this character's got Dr. Octopus tendrils that are like sheet music that goes through the air and is physical.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why? What's that got to do with music? That's nothing to do with music. He just looks like music. That's nothing to do with music. Why don't they have some sort of sonic power or resonance or something? You could have come up with something that's nothing. They just wanted this villain to be able to move shit around. I hate that part. It's awful. And they keep breaking the fourth wall for no reason. They'll just wink at the character. They wink at the fucking camera for some reason. At one point, so then, the doctor's freaking out or whatever, being like, "Oh no, the music's died," and then the companion does the classic, "Yeah, Doctor, listen, mate, I'm from 2024. The world doesn't end in 2024." And he's like, yeah, but fucking might do if we don't stop it. And so then they travel back to 2024 and shows like the Earth all fucked. And which they've never done, by the way, in Doctor Who, if you think about it. They've never actually shown that time's changed when they go back like that. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of, I don't know, weirded me out. I was like, can you do that? Is that allowed? Anyway, Maestro's there, by the way. Maestro was just there when they turned up there.
Okay.
Why?
Don't know.
I don't know either. Essentially, kind of, I think what they were trying to get at is that this villain, who's come out of fucking nowhere, I don't even know why they exist, wants everything to be what they were trying to call, I think, Arulian tones.
What?
Which is essentially like non-music music.
Okay.
So you know, like wind blowing.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to call that. Because that'll make them... that'll be good. That's about it, really, explanation. I don't know what... They don't really... I think that that'll make them more powerful, maybe?
Alright.
Maybe?
Alright.
Why do they need to if everything's just...
Yeah,
tones?
the music already sucks.
It's all just like tones. Then I don't know. I'm not got a fucking clue. So they have to do something about this. I suppose.
Do they?
Yeah, I guess they don't want everything to become like noiseless void.
Okay.
So they also Maestro's toy maker's offspring.
I was just going to say, this feels very like they've already had some sort of extra-galactic being in the Toymaker recently. I was going to say, this feels like another sort of Toymaker thing.
And this is why the changing of spoilers... I'm going to have to give you these spoilers, but it's your fault not.
I don't give a fuck.
The Doctor's not a Time Lord.
Okay.
The Doctor's...
Stupid.
What?
That's stupid. That's very stupid.
In the episodes that happens, everything it is very stupid. Yes, it's terrible. It was awful when all that shit was happening. But what I will say is, at this point, I almost don't mind it because it almost like having these extraterrestrial. Are you extraterrestrial? Isn't that just aliens?
No, extra
universal,
extra galactic.
I don't know, like kind of almost. Outer universe.
Extra dimensional?
Let's go with that. I like it. Having these sorts of beings, it almost kind of like has somewhere to go to again.
Yeah.
Because the Time Lords are kind of they've been done now.
Yeah.
Like the whole point was they'd gone, but then they weren't gone. We've got them back, and that was kind of all done. We kind of experienced them all now. So I kind of like the idea that like there's another level to this shit.
Yeah. They're almost gods in a way. We're almost talking about gods, like
and that. You know, it's quite possible that the Doctor's one of these and never realised, is kind of what I'm putting together anyway. But we've come across two of them now in the Toymaker and now Maestro. Now, problems with this, don't fucking give us another one of them so soon.
Yeah.
And they've also made the second one shit! Like, they made the second one awful! I hate it! So, like, it's like, actually not my least favourite concept, but they're like really fucking with it. So they have to do something to defeat this Maestro because they don't want a windy day. Because they don't want it to be windy.
It's a windy day.
What they do, right? What they do is they. What do they do?
Okay.
That must have been the writer's room at that point. Because it's like, let's put the Beatles in there. People like that. And they've kind of just futzed that in there.
Yeah.
Drag queens.
Yeah.
Shove some of them in.
Yeah.
A few lesbian references. Be brilliant. Everyone will love it now.
Yeah.
What, write a story?
Yeah.
Fucking, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what story? There's no story.
I picture that in David Brent's voice, you know, like from UK Office.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know. I don't really know what the plan was, but basically, kind of, it comes down to them trying to defeat Maestro by having a music battle by using the Abbey Road Studios piano. Because that's special piano.
That was the special.
Doctor knows flawless piano, and so does assistant for some reason.
As you see, I assumed that the Doctor just knew flawless piano. I'll be honest.
I can let that one go.
Yeah.
But, to have never suggested that and just kind of it be there is a little bit, but
yeah,
I can deal with it. But why is that? What? Why does that defeat that? When you talk, what? There's no explanation. There's nothing. No suggestion to say why. Oh, apparently for some reason there's some like magical cord that would send away this demon thing.
Is that the godly cord? Is that the heaven cord?
I don't fucking know, Jeff. So the Doctor's like, oh yes, I can do it. Blom 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 blom. Blom! Oh, you've messed it up, you twat. And then, sense piano fly in, trap you in a drum. Ooh! And then they're like, companions trapped in a cello, Doctor's trapped in a drum going, oh, this is probably bad. Can't really tell you why, but... And then, of course, that piano's been flung into the corridor. And who happens to stumble across it?
John Lennon.
But John Lennon himself.
Yeah.
And he's trying to play it, and then Paul McCartney's hands placed on the piano as well.
Yeah.
And they play the chord, and then I can't remember. Bad guy defeated. Whatever.
She goes.
Apparently they were saying there was some bollocks suggested to do with this companion and an inner song and some, perhaps more powerful one of these extra-dimensional beings or something as well. Just to suggest a bit of whatever's going to happen in the future. Yeah. So there you have it.
I think there should be an extra-dimensional being of shows getting cancelled. It fucking cancels the show because it's shit.
The director.
Yeah.
The
director shows. The fucking production manager shows up.
The lead of these extra-dimensional beings should be the executive producer.
Yeah, the executive producer of the show. He walks on set and the Doctor goes, "Oh, get back, everybody! I know this one." And he goes, "Right, the
Kevin
show."
Feige of Doctor Who or whoever it is.
Guys, you're cancelled. The show's doing fucking terrible.
It's done as bad as all these beers falling out of the fridge. Yeah. Oh dear. So there you have it. Do you understand why I think that's the worst Doctor Who episode I've ever seen?
That sounds it.
You're wrong.
Oh,
that's not.
Oh, he fucking
I'm
tricked
not
me.
done.
He fucking
I'm not
tricked
even
me.
done.
Oh,
that
Jesus.
is as bad as any other episode at that point.
Okay.
We forgot the musical number.
Oh no.
Forgot the musical number, just.
And this one isn't as charming or whimsical as the goblins eating babies.
No! No, it's not.
Yeah.
Right at the end. Oh shit, I don't need to drink 3 bottles.
Yeah, well, you got 3. You're talking about them just putting one next to the other, the fucking musical number while you think about it.
I'm running out of space for beer in the fridge because right at the end, what does he say? Oh no, I need to remember the exact phrase. Oh yeah. Fucking hell, I want to cry. Right at the end, the Doctor says, "Oh fucking, what's her name? What's his companion's name?"
I don't know.
Oh shit. Hold my beers.
Doctor Who new companion.
Doctor Who companion. What's she called? She's called Rosie or something. Latest.
That's not
right.
Yeah.
It's not Varada. What?
Type in Millie Gibson, Doctor Who character.
Okay, yeah. What's she called?
Ruby?
Ruby, that's it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's the one. So he's like, well, that's we did it, Ruby. But there's always a twist in the end. And then he looks at the camera and winks. I'm not shitting you. He does that. And then they proceed to go, there's always a twist in the end. So fucking... Do you know what?
Fuck me.
Multiple times through this music-based episode, they fucked up the music bit of it. So you know the chord where it's like as he's pressing some keys, it's like there's these like notes appearing in front of him. Wrong notes. You know, many times it was from like that. The worst bit was, you know, the music at the end. It's always a twist at the end. Don't know why they would fucking ever do that.
Yeah.
Not even a twist. They could have written it as a twist song. Yeah. It's not. It's not. And it's terrible. It's so awful, this song. And it's even down to, like, they're all dancing about doing this song and that. And then it starts raining inside this studio so that they can do, like, dancing with umbrellas.
Yeah.
Why? What do you do? What do you... water just starts coming from the ceiling! It's the worst. Honestly, I was left. I literally... You know when you... jaw dropped. It was jaw-droppingly bad, the musical at the end of it. I was just... I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Absolutely fucking terrible. I'll after we've done the podcast recording, I'll show you. They'll probably just be the song.
Yeah.
I'll show you the song. Because holy shit. There you have it. That's the worst episode of Doctor Who. I absolutely hated it. Absolutely hated it. Anyway, we touched on Reddit a bit and how I got banned from Reddit. I thought we could go through some posts from r/the10th dentist. This is the most unpopular opinions.
I can't look at that first one.
So,
genuinely, it's making me sick. I can't look at that first one. Can you scroll down? I'm scrolling down. I can't look at that first one.
Oh no, there's an advert for fucking...
Oh, don't look at that.
So basically, this is based off the concept of those adverts that are like, 9 out of 10 dentists like toothpaste. It's like, what dentist doesn't like toothpaste? So it's the 10th dentist, those terrible, terrible opinions. And I thought we'd go through some of them and give our thoughts. First thought, my friend eats his cereal with orange juice. Ugh. Really?
Yeah.
Is that so bad?
That does something to me. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it.
I think I know what it is.
What?
I think it's because it looks like fat or grease.
I don't like. Stop! Bring it back up. I don't like. It's not. It's the idea of just orange juice being in that scenario.
I bet it's all right.
Fuck up. No, don't even. No, I'm not.
It's like it's sugary, isn't it? It's like sweet.
Oh, fuck that. No, I really don't like that.
I'm going to say I'm for it.
It's doing something to me that I don't like.
Okay, next one then.
You want to do this one? Do you want to talk about this one?
No.
Yeah, good.
This one's too political. Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Do you want me to? Yeah, I was going to say, do you want me, as a straight guy, erect cocks are more attractive than boobs. I think this guy's not as a straight. The heading by the little subheading underneath it is, by the way, not gay. All right, okay. Everybody knows this. It starts off with okay. Everybody knows this. Cocks are the most attractive things humans have. They are smooth. They are not confusing in how they work. Looking at you, vaginas. They're a good source of pleasure. Sometimes I just look at gay porn so I can admire the dicks. I'm straight, but this needs to be said. Edit. Thank you to everyone who is concerned for my mental well-being and for me getting a healthy understanding of my sexuality. It really does mean a lot to see to me to see people genuinely worried for me. That being said, I have no self-hate and I am comfortable with my sexuality. I realize that sexuality is more complicated than gay or straight, but I really am straight. I don't think so, pal. I gotta be I have never felt romantic interest in another guy. That does not matter, let me tell you. Nor have I felt sexual attraction to anything other than a dude's dick. So you're gay. That makes you gay. That's the gay bit. I also should mention that my belief that I am straight is not homophobic. I think gay people are great, and if I was gay, I would really be open about it. But I am not. I understand that some may think that the classic, if it walks like a duck and sucks dicks like a duck, it's a gay duck. But it's not. I don't endorse homophobia and phobia of than Arachno, and for everyone put off by my insistence that my opinion is objective fact, remember that disagreeing with me is a crime, and I will not hesitate to lock you up. My word is law, and final edit, so I guess I'm not straight, lol, cool.
Oh, God.
I'm glad he figured it out.
That journey's just hilarious. There's no debate on that one at all.
No, it's great. That was great. He was like going, I'm not gay. Right then he went, oh wait.
I kind of know what he means in a certain way, though, because
I don't.
I think that some people that are addicted to porn kind of like the dick bit. Like, they like to see a good dick in their porn. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a level of dick appreciation.
This dude's saying erect cocks are more attractive than boobs.
Yeah,
so
I know. Like, that's
he's like, this is his favourite bit. This is his end of the cornetto.
That's why I was like saying I kind of up until a point I could maybe agree with him or like understand what he was trying to say to start with, but it's not that is it's way beyond that. He's like, penises are the most attractive bit.
He's specifically saying, I'm watching just gay porn.
That's maybe the gayest thing you can say.
Yeah.
Is that the best looking part of a human is the penis.
Yeah.
So there you have it. I like wet socks.
I don't know why the fuck you would.
Is that what they've left it as? Okay, that's it. That's all they've said.
He likes wet socks. This one person likes to wear wet socks.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I type everything out like this, being that he types the first letter of every single word has it's capitalized. He just goes on to say, I get so much hate for this and I'm truly sorry, but it just looks right to me and I understand how and why it's wrong, but I like it. I think it has something to do with OCD, and if I'm not typing like this, it just drives me nuts. Edit, my girlfriend called me a weirdo for replying to you all.
Well, that's not nice.
I mean, there's not really to add to it, is it? It's just like...
It's just wrong. It's
it's
just like you've got OCD, isn't it? That's the thing. I do think half of these are people with some level of mental kind of difference that just doesn't gel with everyone else. And this is one of them. This is like just someone with OCD that's got a different opinion that's because of a mental thing.
Yeah, it's no. Well, I mean, it is something up with the guy, I guess, but it's not like a shit opinion, I guess. I love diarrhea. It's the next one. It's the next one. This is me. This isn't even a Reddit post. Yes, that is right. I love to have diarrhea. One of my favorite things to do. This isn't a post, by the way. I'm just saying this. One of my favorite things to do is to take a laxative on the weekends when I have absolute nothing to do, and I know I'll be at the house all day. Sometimes when I can't wait the 8 hours for a laxative, I can't wait. Oh, here we go. I can't wait the 8 hours a laxative will take. I'll do a saltwater flush and I'll be peeing out of my butthole in 30 minutes. I've even found for me that 100% grapefruit juice will do the trick if I drink half a gallon in a day. There are so many aspects of that. There's so many aspects of it that make it one of the best experiences. This keeps going, by the way. Number one, the first aspect, I love the rush. Just going about my business and then all of a sudden I know I might poop my pants. It is time to get on a toilet right now and nothing else matters. It is an adrenaline rush when the stomach starts to gurgle and you know that you can't stop what's about to happen. That I am totally at the mercy of my bowels, okay? Point number two, the second is that I simply love the feeling. I love the feeling of relief I get in my stomach, the feeling of it rushing out of my butthole, and it is one of those good burn feelings in the butthole too. I love that fiery butthole burn. Then when you go to wipe, it's kind of like you are scratching that ultimate itch. To put it simply, from start to finish, the feeling of diarrhea has multiple aspects that all feel good, and all of them have a special place in my heart. Right, the third aspect is I love the smell smell. It's like when you have a good fart and it stinks really bad and you kind of sniff it and then you're like, dang, I just did that. The smell of diarrhea is like that. It's like I just opened a sewer line right in my toilet and I love it. It's just a great scent to sit there and enjoy for a minute. A nicey type of good that makes you feel a little dirty. The fourth aspect would be that I love looking at what just came out. Just standing to wipe and looking at what wants to be a perfectly clean toilet is now black. Black! Just black water with black splatter all around it. By the way, I just want to say, black in your stool means bleeding on the inside. That's what that means. So I love to stand there for a second and look at it and say, dang, look at all that bad stuff I just expelled from my body. That's a great feeling, looking at it and knowing you just purged your body. To put it simply, I highly recommend diarrhea. Okay, edit. For those who have commented and are concerned about another one of these, concerned about my health, I should have clarified that this isn't an everyday thing. This is an every month or two type of deal. It's just on special occasions, apparently. I work a lot and I have a busy home life, and by all means, would love to be considered a normal person. This is something this is like something I will do when I actually have a day to rest and relax from my busy life because it feels good to me and is an enjoyable experience, a de-stressor, if you will. Holy shit.
I get it.
I don't.
Do you not like it when this is a scenario where I kind of like it in a way.
Yeah.
I don't really like the rush of being like, oh fuck, I have to go. You know, I don't like that.
The rush.
Because often it'll come when you're out.
Yeah.
And then I hate that. I really don't like that. But I do love the feeling of it all just going.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just more the feeling of just, oh, thank God that's over with. Like, I know,
it makes you feel better. It's like, oh.
I don't. I gotta.
It's like relieving.
I'm hard disagreeing with the guy who goes out of his way to cause himself diarrhea, and his shit is literally black because he's ruptured his insides that much from it.
Yeah, that's not good.
And he likes to sit there on the toilet and inhale his own diarrhea fumes.
I could understand the smell of bit because everyone likes.
No, they don't. You fucking.
You like the smell of your own.
No,
fart.
you don't. Nobody does.
Yeah, they do.
That's disgusting.
That's common.
No,
people like smell of their own farts.
Oh God.
What do you? Surely you do sometimes.
I don't sit there and huff my own farts because I'm not a fucking weirdo.
You're the weird one in that. And then it is satisfying to see like a big turd that's just come out. It's like, oh, that is now out of me.
But
nice.
that's the thing is though. This is the complete opposite. I feel like because when I do that, I go, whoa, that's like a big turd, and I'm like shocked. I'm surprised that it came out of me. But this is like, it's just diarrhea. It's just water. It's like. Yeah, that's in you.
I kind of get it.
I don't get it. I'm stupid. Oh, what's this?
Oh no, that's...
Wait, what the fuck? I thought
God.
that was weed.
Oh god.
What the fuck? That's terrible.
That's really gross.
I'm probably
How
quite...
can you look at that but not the... Oh.
I'm probably quite alone with this, but I like to store my popped pimples in a small tin. How are they... I am getting a bit sick looking at that.
Dried up.
I know.
Pimple pus.
Oh.
Thank God honestly, you can't see this.
Honestly, I saw it though. I saw it and I thought it was weed. It looked like ground up weed.
I thought it was just dust.
It looks like weed. It looks like keef. It looks like weed keef.
Oh my
no,
God.
I can't look at this Reddit. I can't look at this Reddit anymore. We're gonna have to turn it off.
Next one, I'm gonna say the next. Next one says, I like chewing up potato chips, then spitting them out
into his hand, spitting them into a ball, and clumping them up into a mass. And then so he clumps. I'm literally saying this with my eye closed because I cannot look at the screen. He will eat a bag of potato chips.
I'm just gonna see if there's any more.
Chew them up, like get saliva in it, spit it back out, and then ball it up in his hands. And then, when the potato chips are balled up in his hands, he will then take a bite out of it like an apple.
God. I eat some food in some weird ways, and I've had kind of slightly similar weird stuff, but nothing as gross as that. Definitely not. As in, sometimes, right? A weird one that I might have done when I was younger is I might get. Are you familiar with Muller Corners?
Yeah.
There's ones with little chocolate balls that are like crispy on the inside. I might get...
Shove them in your anus.
No, those
In your
chocolate
urethra.
balls, one by one,
Okay.
suck the chocolate off them, take the crispy bit out, set it aside, and I might do that for like a lot of them, and then just get the crispy bit and eat it as one big crispy bit.
That's almost
That's
level.
pretty weird,
That's-
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie, but that's not that.
No, don't show me again! I don't want to look at it!
Anyway, guacamole on Oreos is delicious.
That, you know what? I'm seeing this and I'm like, well, thank God for you. I'm like, if that's what
know.
if that's what you're doing, fucking go for it. That's
Thank God
fine.
you're only that weird.
Yeah.
Would you try that though?
I honestly, I think I'd just be more against trying guacamole. like
You'd try guacamole Oreo combo, but you wouldn't try like
just
you wouldn't
no,
mush,
stop showing me it.
you wouldn't
please.
mush up some crisp
No,
in your
I
hand
wouldn't.
and
I
eat- and
wouldn't.
eat some shit.
He's making me feel sick.
Cereal is better with water than milk.
This is a nut. No, it's not. Shut the.
Gives the whole thing a more cereally flavour than a milky one, and it's less thick.
Sorry, this is even weirder. The top comment on the, I assume it's the top comment, is, "Dear God, my dad used to do this because he was lactose intolerant." Which, okay, I get at least there's a point to it a bit.
I would just not have cereal.
But then he would even add ice too. He'd add ice to the cereal
I guess
with
to keep
water
it
in.
cold.
Do you need cold cereal? Is that a thing people
I don't
need?
know. Anyway, here's one. Music is boring and not remotely entertaining.
Nice. This guy just can't listen to music. He just can't sit and listen to music. He says he can't get a genuine feeling, or he's.
Well, I guess they're saying I can never just listen to music. And I extremely rarely just sit down and only listen to music. And I almost kind of get that at concerts as well, to a certain extent. When you're at a concert, you're watching them actually play it as well, so that's another level of interest. But I kind of get it. Sometimes I'm at a concert and I'm like, I'm kind of bored. Because it's like just listening to music.
I don't know. I've never been like that. I've always enjoyed listening to music.
If I'm doing anything else, so if I'm walking somewhere, that's great. I love walking and listening to music, things like that. But I don't know. I guess
I use music a lot for inspiration when I'm like either painting something or writing something for like Dungeons and Dragons or something. Music is my biggest inspiration.
But I do think it's weird that everyone's expected to like music. But not everyone likes books.
Yeah,
not everyone likes.
It's strange,
all
isn't
sorts
it?
of entertainment.
Because it's like it is just another form of entertainment, but you almost see music as inherently human, don't you?
Not
Where it's
everyone
like-
likes paintings.
I know, but it's weird. I don't know why I can get I can get people out into paintings or movies or books or anything.
Statues.
But
you know.
and I find it weird when somebody says I'm not into music, because music just feels like weirdly inherently human. I don't know.
Like that's something that kind of I feel like there's some level of autism on this subreddit with things like that, because I get that. Like, I think that's almost not fair. People should be allowed to not like music.
Yeah, you're allowed to not like music. It's just
I socially not really. People think you're a fucking psychopath. It's the same as when I don't like dogs.
Yeah.
People think you're a fucking psychopath because they're so universally loved, but it's fine. Like, yeah, sure. If you're not into it,
Maybe you are. Maybe you should be ostracized.
no.
Maybe you should be ostrich.
This one's for you, Judd.
Why is this one for me? Why specifically this one is for me?
Type of thing I like.
It's not at all the type of thing I like.
Okay.
It's not. The title is "Being Sexually Attracted to Your Cousin is Totally Fine," which I gotta say, do not endorse. Not a fan of that.
It's
Not good.
protesting a bit much here, Judd, actually.
It depends how far apart the cousins are, I suppose, because it does reach a point where it's just you're not related.
So what I'm saying is, you're okay with shagging some cousins.
If you're talking about like, they're going to be somebody's cousin, aren't they? It's like, alright, I grew up far away from my cousins and I never spent much time with them, but when we all grew up, I realised I have some damn fine cousins with nice titties, is how he put it. There are his words. If it wasn't for the stigma and the family elders, I would totally try to pork them. There should be nothing shameful about that. Not like I intend to start a family with them, and even if I did, there's not that much risk. I just wish I wouldn't have to feel awkward sexual tension around them every few years. funerals! At funerals!
Why funerals specifically?
Because that's when because they live so far apart, and then the only time he sees them is at funerals.
Yeah, no, I know, but like, why did they have to mention the funerals? That's the weird bit to me.
Some of these feel like people have wrote them as a bit. Like, you know, like that felt like a punchline at the end.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Should it actually be looked down upon?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like incest. Okay.
Yes.
That's bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Or is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Or is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Or, but what I'm saying is like technically, it's only impregnation with a relative that's bad.
I mean, I think fucking any of your family members.
But why? Why do you think that?
Because I think it's bad to fuck a family member.
But that's the bit you can't just. There has to be a reasoning for thinking something.
I think.
The bad bit is because you might have children with a bunch of defects. That's fucked. Don't have the children, then it's fine, right?
Okay. Well, you're allowed to take the stance that you think. It's
I don't think that.
Well, you are advocating for it.
I don't like it. I feel that would be very gross. But you know, thing is, technically, if you're not doing babies.
If you're not doing a baby, Ian Watkins...
That's a different problem. That's a much worse problem. But, you know, incest, technically, if you're not making babies with it, there's not a technical, actual problem there.
Post from I_Watson. I don't think it's so bad to rape kids. You know?
That's bad.
It's just mega lols.
No, that one's bad. My friend prefers to eat his instant ramen with ketchup and pickles. That's just like a weird food combo that someone likes. You know when I see people who like to eat stuff like this, though? They're looking for attention, though, aren't they? It's like, you know when you come across some 13-year-old and like, oh, I don't like chocolate. Yes, you fucking do. You're just trying to sound fucking interesting. Oh, I don't like burgers. Yes, you do. Shut up. Fucking... I just think that's attention seeking stupid.
Dish soap tastes good, and not fully rinsing the dishes makes the dish better.
Oh no!
The taste of dish soap is good, and I love it. I wouldn't like drink it, but I rarely rinse my dishes fully. I always let them dry while still covered in lots of bubbles. When I make food later, it mixes with the soap and makes a small bit of suds that tastes like whatever food I'm eating. I also enjoy the suds in the soap and drinks. It's never to the point where I have a head of foam, think beer, just some bubbles and visible suds. I have a few cups, /plates, /forks I don't use often because I keep them fully rinsed for guests who don't share my love of soap. Everyone. Edit. Honestly, after reading all the health concerns, again, it feels like a running bit.
It can't be that bad for your soap.
I'm still going to eat it. I like this guy's gumption. It's one of the few things in life I still enjoy, so I might as well go out with a bang.
This is me.
Really, he's going out with a pop in it, not a bang. Second, some people asked to answer. I like Orange Dawn soap. That's his favourite.
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
3.
I bet it's got an orange flavour to it.
Probably, I should imagine. I'd like to add proof, a video of me eating something with suds, but I feel like that border's too close on urging others to try it, which I don't necessarily want to do considering it is unhealthy. Also, there's literally a show about people eating things that they shouldn't, so what's so hard to believe we exist outside of TLC? Edit 4, I appreciate the awards, guys, but don't spend money on me just because I eat soap. I like this guy. This guy won me over.
I don't know what that is. I'm not looking at it. Okay, this might be an interesting one for us gamers.
Okay. I use mouse 1 and mouse 2 for forward and back movement instead of W and S.
Wow.
Fucking why? Why?
Wow.
I bet when I started playing FPS about 20 odd years ago, it just made more sense to me to have the movement controls bound to one hand. Didn't use to strafe much back then. I use left critical for attacks. Said
left control.
Left control. I always say critical. I always do that. Left control for attacks. Said or left alt for secondary attacks. S or space for crouching. I don't think in all this time I've met or heard of anyone else who uses this. No. Edit, for people finding this months after I posted, yes, I do use he still uses A and D for strafing, but he uses
now that strafing's a thing.
Yeah.
How does he use, oh my god, like, I'm trying to put my hands, like, that's not going to work for all those buttons. I don't know why you would have ever found that more practical for moving forward and back then as well. I guess so you could not use the other hand, but you just said you use the other hand for attacking anyway. So why wouldn't you use all the movements on one hand and all the attacks on the other? I suppose that's what they're trying to do, because I guess they're using mouse for movement. Okay. That's one of them weird controls that, like, sounds really odd, but then you hear the explanation as to why, and it's like, maybe still odd, but not as odd. Like, it's like how I use 6 to crouch. It's just... The reason I use 6 to crouch is because I have a mouse that's got 12 buttons on the side of it. Which, by the way, you do the same, don't you? You have the same...
Yeah, I have the same kind of mouse.
I don't know why more people don't want more buttons on their mouse like that. Ever since I knew mouses like that existed, I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And the first reason I wanted it was for Minecraft, so you can instantly switch to the right thing you want. I remember Captain Sparkles, I think, had a mouse like that. And so the reason I use 6 for crouch...
Was he a child molester, Captain Sparkles?
No.
Okay. That's surprising, because that sounds like a child molester Minecraft name.
Well, I still might be.
Okay.
Not yet, though.
Yeah, not big figured out.
So, yeah, the reason I use 6 is because, like, I've got my left my pinky's on shift, then the rest of my fingers are on, like, WSD, then my thumb's on space. Ideally, I don't really want to move my hand from that position to do stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I just have my thumb do certain things on my mouse, because those buttons are close as well. Because my thumb can cover a lot of buttons on the mouse, whereas, like, I don't want to have to move my fingers all over the keyboard and perhaps not put them in the right place again when they come back. So that's why I do that. I still, obviously, there's not enough buttons for everything, so I still use, like, R to reload, E to interact, Q to use an ability, and then I kind of leave it at that because it means I can leave my pinky finger and thumb in the same place. Sometimes I move my thumb up to change, like, weapon fire rate, or something that you can just do when things aren't hectic. Well, I think more people should use mice like that.
I think we should do one more of these.
Okay.
This one,
no.
I think. Oh, I did it right.
Fucking
I did it right.
Stupid bastard.
I did it right.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a boring show.
What in the fuck? I don't mean the live-action movie. I mean the Nick show. The animation is. The animation is poor, and the main character is an annoying little bald kid who looks like Kalu, accompanied by a guy who thinks he's funny but can't even use any powers, and a girl who's a know-it-all. Even worse, that uncle is just a wannabe Socrates with a nephew who never shuts out about honor and only went with the good guys because he got his ass beat. The only character that was actually interesting and felt invested in the show was Toph, and given how she outshines the rest of the main cast, that's not a good sign. Edit, gave an unfair description of Toph. She was the only character I found to be interesting. Well, I mean, I think he's wrong on several points here.
I don't know.
I think, you know, because one of the main characters doesn't have powers doesn't immediately make him a bad character. If anything, I think that is a point to make his character
that's not what he said.
shine.
He said that the reason he doesn't like, is it Sokka,
yeah.
That character is because he thinks he's funny, but he's not even got a redeeming, and he's not. He's not even got a redeeming quality of having some cool powers.
No, but his redeeming quality is that he's smart and he plans a lot. And he was like the planner for Team Avatar. That was
he's a dumbass.
No, he acts like a dumbass, but he's not. That's his character.
He does fail a lot. because he's a
Yeah,
dumbass.
yeah, he fails. Yeah, but not when it matters.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's a loser, but he's like when it matters, he pulls through. He's Sokka's character.
I don't think this is the last Airbender is
and
a
you
bad
know,
or
and
a boring show.
you know, if that was Spider-Man, if I just would have said Spider-Man is a loser who usually fails, but when it comes through to it, you know, he's got a plan and sticks through it, you would have gone, yeah, yes, he is.
No, yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you either. No, I don't necessarily think he comes across as the plan guy.
He is he's literally the plan guy.
I've not seen enough of the show to know if it plays out like that very well a lot.
It's like specifically for plot reasons. Yes,
I've watched the first season not all the way through a few times to try and get into it.
He effectively plans the last siege that wins the war. So yes,
but what I'm saying is, if he develops from a guy who is a wannabe leader plan guy who's actually quite shit at it into being a good one through trying, then that's great. That's good. All I've seen is because I can't get into the show very well. It's not for me for some reason. I don't know why. It should be. It sounds like a show I'd like, but it's not for some reason. And I've only seen like the first 2/3 of the first season, in which he's not very good. So you know what I mean. So I'm not really educated enough to speak on it. but what I will say is, I'm not a big fan personally. I know that it's not a bad show. This though, it's not boring and it's not bad. I personally I don't like it either. Well, and I wouldn't even say personally I don't like it. It's just like, for me, as someone who's not a defender of the show or thinks it's really good necessarily, it's just like, I get it, and I could maybe see why people like it, but I think it's overrated. Definitely, I definitely think it's overrated for sure. Should we look at our scores for this show out of 100? Did you
rate this?
Yeah, I've watched enough of it to rate it. We should go through some movies and TV stuff as well. We'll do it after. The Last Airbender. Let's see. So I give it a 71.
That feels too high for.
Yeah, I think I might drop it down a bit. That actually, but it's because I know it's good. I'm going to drop it to a 65, which is still a good score. Let me just look at some other stuff that's around there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I give it a 65. You give it a 93 out of 100, which is damn near perfect.
I love that show.
Yeah, I mean, the lowest score it's gotten, other than my 65, is 93, which is you and IMDb. If it weren't for me, that'd be the highest rated show on the spreadsheet, I think. 95, would it be? It'd be joint. It'd be joint with Arcane for highest rated show on that we've ever reviewed, if it weren't for my score.
I don't think that's right. I think it should really go. Probably like. I think it's probably better than Jackass Forever. I reckon.
Looking at here.
And yeah, I'm looking at this more. It's like here somewhere, like near, like Creed and Wall-E. Yeah, I think it's. That's a hard one. I think it's very close to Iron Giant. I think
I like Iron Giant more, probably. I think
I'd probably like Iron Giant more, really, but yeah.
Well,
I think
you've rated Iron Giant 93 as well.
Yeah, because that's one of my favourite animated movies ever.
So yeah, you've rated The Boys less than Last Airbender?
It's a good. Let me tell you, it's a fucking good show when you get into it and you actually, yeah.
I suppose I think, but I think I could maybe understand that might be where that Redditor's coming from. Maybe they've not watched lots of it. They might have watched a season at best and not been able to get any further.
He's obviously in season 2.
But what I'm saying is, you can't say when you stick with it and get into it, it's really good, because that means you have to put a bunch of effort into watching it when you don't like it to start with.
I think season 1's good though. I think it gets better.
Sure, okay, you can think that's good, but my point still stands that when people say you just have to get into it, you just have to get past the first season and it's really good. No.
Yeah, no, but I think it starts being good at episode 1.
Okay, fine. But I'm saying a different thing now.
Okay. Well, I don't care. I
think it's time to end the podcast now, then, maybe. Okay. What we've learnt is cereal is probably decent with orange juice.
No,
Avatar: Last Airbender is a bit worse than everyone thinks it is.
Remember to chew your crisps up and
incest
then spit them into a...
might be okay.
No, it's not.
But probably not.
And what's worse is chewing up
your
crisps and
spitting them in
spitting
your
a
hand,
ball.
then eating that.
Then
That's
eating it
the
like an
worst
apple.
bit.
That
That's
is
what
the
we've learned.
worst thing.
Okay, bye everybody.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to end the stream as well. Oh no, let's do movies and TV on the stream, and then I want to show you that Doctor Who song. Oh god. Right.
My balls stink. I smell them.
Okay, Derek Lewis.
That thing is... No, I don't. Is that thing he's known for?
No, he's a UFC fighter who he's quite good as a heavyweight. He knocked out quite a few people. And after one of his fights, he just took his shorts off and were in his pants.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan goes to interview him and he goes, "Hey Derek, why'd you take your shorts off?" And he goes, "My balls was hot." In his last UFC fight, he mooned everyone.
Nice.
Anyway,
this sounds like my kind of fighter.
Let me just scroll up here and see what we've got. So, actually, I can filter it by filter by these things. Let's see. Okay, so I told you about Wicked Little Letters, didn't I? You've not seen that. I told you about the Mean Girls reboot as well. I think it's mostly video games actually that we need to rate, but I'll do these as well. So Dark. Did I tell you about Dark?
You've told me it's shit.
It's so shit. It's a time travel mystery. And it's just so slow and boring. So many episodes. The episodes are all an hour long, and so many episodes, like, stuff's happening, and you're like, what? What's that? Why are you showing me this shit? And it's probably... I was thinking, it's probably going to be relevant eventually when we find out a chunk of the mystery. But I'm not fucking waiting. After, like, 9 episodes, and we're still at that stage of things... It's 9 hours worth of stuff. Yeah. You've done 3 films worth of things, and I'm just essentially not found anything much out, and just like bollocks has happened. No, I'm not waiting that long. I think it's rated really well. This, I'm sure it is, and I think that the reason it's been rated so well is it just looks fucking moody. I think that's it. Video games, I think that there's more of these to look at. Actually, I'm going to scroll to the bottom of this. So, we've got a lot to rate here. So, there's some games that I've played that I'll talk about first, and then a bunch of Flash games that I remembered that you can rate. So, first things first, Counter-Strike 2. I've been playing some Counter-Strike, getting into that, because I might want to do a job playing where you essentially get paid to play Counter-Strike with I think it's kids with learning disabilities. I don't know if it's just learning disabilities or if it's other stuff. I know a guy who does it already, and it seems to pay quite well. And I might. Yeah. I want to message him and be like, look, I'd be able to do this.
You want to beat a bunch of Down syndrome kids at
No, I have to be on their team.
Oh. So
I can relate.
That's not fair.
No, it's more than fair. Can you imagine a bunch of autistic people on the same team? They'd be fucking great. That'd be fantastic.
What type of autism?
Sign me up.
What type of autism is it though?
Doesn't matter. You just get a different type of fun out of it.
Okay, right.
So. What?
No, because I imagine half of the team like being really hyper focused and like hugging corners and like being really good, and then the other half's like just spinning around in a circle, like just swinging the knife out. That sounds great. Yeah,
I think I'd love to do that. Counter-Strike's mildly shit though.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Counter-Strike.
Have you ever played it though?
I've played it, but I don't like. Everything just feels like you're underwater. Do you know
I know what you mean. It's because it's a tactical shooter, I guess. And once you can kind of get used to it and embrace it, that kind of, as a problem, disappears. there's many other problems. Again, cheaters is a big problem.
Yeah.
The fact that wall hacks is so powerful in this.
Yeah.
If someone's only using wall hacks in Apex, it's not the worst compared to like aimbotting. Whereas in this, you don't even need to aimbot. If you've got wall hacks, you fucked them. So, yeah, there's a bit of a problem with that. There's huge problems with the current ranked system on Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like other bits there's problems with as well, but it's not awful. I kind of enjoy playing it a little bit sometimes. I like going on the practice mode and just shooting bots. Like, that's something that I miss from Apex. I'd love to play Apex, like, and just absolutely dominate every lobby against squads of bots.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun. Just to chill. Spider-Man 2. I finally bought it. I've been playing it. It's the same game again. 91.
Because I heard a lot more people complaining about the story of this one.
I've not fully completed the story, so I don't really know. I think so far it's around as good as the first one.
And I think the only other complaint I've seen about it is that Miles' last outfit looks ass.
I've not seen it yet, I've not completed it.
Okay.
But there's loads of good outfits in it. It's hard to choose from which outfit to wear.
I have seen his last outfit that he gets, and I have to say, I think it looks terrible.
I don't care.
I personally think it looks terrible.
I don't really care much. It's not. That's not a problem. There's loads of really good outfits. I don't, a lot of the missions are really quite fun as the other one. The only kind of thing, it's got one less point than the original one, because the kind of systems for skill points and gadget upgrades and stuff like that is good still, and I like it a bit less than the last one. It's more complicated and kind of, it's more balanced actually. So like before, you'd get a spider sense above your head, you press the button and you dodge it pretty much every time. Now there's like another thing where you have to parry instead. You can't really dodge it, so you have to know the difference between the two. There's that as on top of kind of skill trees being different, that make a difference and do make it more complicated and slightly harder and slightly more annoying. But like, I'm being really negligible. It's like just it's close to what it was before. As far as I'm concerned, story's just as good, but a different story. You get to play as Miles and Peter throughout it all in kind of equal steps. It's just like, it's exactly what it should be, and it's good. It feels like they've taken a little less time on some stuff that could be a tiny bit more polished and put it into other things. So as in, when you got damaged in the first Spider-Man, I don't remember your suit like taking bits of rips and things like that. In this one it does, like the closer to zero your health is, you kind of see the damage. But equally, so spoilers, you're never going to play this game.
Yeah.
There's a mission where you play as Mary Jane. Now,
no,
people don't really want things like that,
no,
but actually they've improved that a lot. I honestly really didn't mind it. It shakes up the gameplay sometimes. There's one time where you play as a deaf girl. It was still fine. It's just whatever, it's just a bit different. It's a nice break sometimes. But anyway, you play as Mary Jane, and then Spider-Man and Harry Osborn, who's got like a Venom suit, but it don't look like Venom, it looks a bit more like a Spider-Man suit at this point, come to help her fight Kraven. And essentially, you can't change your suit. It forces you to use the like Spider-Man 2 suit for that mission. So like, if you think, I want him to look like this the entire game, like you want him to look like Spider-Man Homecoming the entire game, he can't for that mission because he's got to turn into the Venom suit at that point. Now, why? I think it's because like the suit gets mashed up more than the standard health drop in.
Yeah.
So it has to look like the suit's all damaged and he's like really fucked up. He gets like shanked, and so that it justifies the Venom suit fixing him. I get that, but I'm sure they could have put a bit more effort into making all the other suits compatible.
Yeah.
And like, I'm being really nitpicking. There's tiniest things like that that have dropped it 1 point for me from 92 to a 91. I love these Spider-Man games, and I honestly think, I know you're not into Spider-Man, I still think you'd like them. I think you'd at minimum you'd still give them a 60. Minimum.
Because they look at least they look quite a bit like the Arkham games. So
They're better than the Arkham games.
and I really like the Arkham games. So
the movement's better than the Arkham games for sure. It makes the Arkham games feel clunky. But then again, I guess Batman's supposed to be a bit more of a chunky kind of character in a way, so I guess. It's great. I mean, you know what Insomniac's like. They don't really miss Insomniac, do they? I honestly think they're one of the best game studios there is.
I was going to say, it were Insomniac that did Arkham, and it weren't Rocksteady.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. It's so good. I honestly think you've not got a PS5 though, have you?
No.
I was gonna say. I mean, for how much I think you'd enjoy them, I don't think it's worth you getting a PS5. But if you already had a PS5, I would say definitely get Spider-Man 1 and play it. And it's even worth getting the DLC. The DLC's so fucking good. And to be fair, I guess you could see a downside in that you almost have to have played the DLC to understand one of the things in Spider-Man 2, but oh god, the DLC is so worth getting. The DLC for Spider-Man 1 is almost better than the base game. It's really fucking good. I love them. I love those games. So good.
Cool.
Some Flash games for you, Judd.
Am I good to just rattle these off?
Sure, if you know what you're doing with them.
Yeah.
Duck Life.
Duck Life is 60.
Cracking game.
Yeah.
Especially for, I mean, it's still a Flash game.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I don't think I played that one.
Extreme Pamplona, you will have. It's actually a Lynx advert. Or an Axe body spray advert. Oh no, a Sure for Men advert. It's like
I never played this.
It's like a platformer and you go across different countries. You never played this? You don't recognise it? Wow, okay. Stick War.
Which one was this? Because I think I know which one this one is.
It's the one where like... Oh,
is it like the Spartan era where it's you're going across the map?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, I think I'd give this one 58. Because it was fun, but you reached a certain point where it was just like nearly impossible.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's why I went for a 55 on that one, because the game itself was a good idea, but it was almost like purposefully impossible.
Yeah.
Happy Wheels.
60, I'm going to join you at 60.
Again, it's a Flash game, but you've got to give it credit where credit's due.
It does everything that game like advertised to do, and it's like does it fine. So, Motherload.
Another great Flash
it's
game.
like, is it like Dig Dug? Is it like
it looked like that, but the purpose was very different. It was almost Terraria-ish.
I think I'd also give it a 58, to be honest.
Raft Wars.
So is this
shooter.
the one with the babies on where
Yes.
where you'd like shooting the balls and stuff at each other? Yeah, that one for me is like a 62. That one.
It's
that
almost
one
the
goes,
epitome
it goes
of that
hard
genre, really,
in
isn't
the
it?
paint, if you will. Cut the Rope. I think I'd probably give it maybe 50. It just feels like a game.
It was a really good start to the iPod Touch era.
Yeah. I'm standing because I need to go shit.
Okay, go shit, and then I'll show you that really awful Doctor Who song.
Fair enough.